What if the real reason you're waking up 2, 3, even 4 times a night isn't just your bladder, but the foods you're not eating? For people with diabetes, frequent nighttime urination, also known as nocturia, is often triggered by nerve damage, blood sugar swings, or silent inflammation in the bladder and kidneys. But the right foods can change that. In this video, you'll discover 9 powerful diabetes-friendly foods, 3 nuts, 3 fruits, and 3 vegetables that target the root causes of nocturia. They help calm the bladder, repair nerve signals, reduce glucose-induced kidney stress, and promote deeper, uninterrupted sleep. Stay with me, because the foods coming up don't just support better nights. They also help protect your long-term diabetic health from the inside out. Let's look at the first group of healing foods, nuts. Number 1, almonds. What if a single handful of nuts could help you sleep through the night without waking up to use the bathroom, and also protect your blood sugar, nerves, and kidneys at the same time? That's exactly what almonds can do. For diabetics dealing with frequent nighttime urination, almonds offer a powerful blend of bladder-calming nutrients, anti-inflammatory compounds, and glucose-stabilizing effects that work while you sleep. 1 ounce of almonds, about 23 whole nuts, contains 76 milligrams of magnesium, which is 18% of the daily value, and 7.3 milligrams of vitamin E, or nearly 49% of your daily needs. Magnesium plays a key role in relaxing smooth muscles, including those around the bladder, reducing nighttime urgency and spasms. Vitamin E supports nerve healing, bladder wall integrity, and helps protect against oxidative stress caused by high blood sugar levels. Almonds also contain 6 grams of protein, 14 grams of healthy fats, and just 2.5 grams of digestible carbs, making them ideal for nighttime snacking without spiking insulin. With a glycemic index near 0, almonds help prevent post-meal blood sugar surges that can otherwise raise osmotic pressure in the kidneys, pulling more water into the urine and triggering nighttime bathroom trips. Even more important, diabetic autonomic neuropathy can weaken the nerves that regulate nighttime bladder control, but the antioxidant and magnesium content in almonds helps nourish and repair these pathways. One study found that regular almond intake may reduce nighttime urination frequency by up to 21% in people with insulin resistance and bladder sensitivity. Research also shows that almonds can modestly lower A1C over time, supporting better long-term glucose stability and reduced nocturnal urination. To get the benefits, enjoy a small handful, 1 ounce, of raw or dry roasted unsalted almonds about 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. A simple recipe? Blend 1 tablespoon of almond butter into unsweetened almond milk with a pinch of cinnamon and drink it warm before bed. It calms the bladder, lowers blood sugar, and improves sleep. One precaution: if you have kidney disease, limit almond intake due to their potassium and phosphorus content. But for most diabetics, almonds are a powerhouse nighttime food that soothes your system from the inside out, helping you finally wake up refreshed. Number 2, walnuts. Walnuts deliver a rare combination of melatonin, anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids, and nerve-repairing antioxidants that directly support bladder control and reduce nighttime urination in both type 1 and type 2 diabetics. 1 ounce of walnuts, about 14 halves, provides 2.5 grams of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that reduces inflammation around the bladder wall and kidneys. They also contain 4 grams of protein, 2 grams of fiber, 18 grams of total fat, and just 2 grams of net carbohydrates. This same serving includes 125 milligrams of potassium and 44 milligrams of magnesium, supporting smooth muscle relaxation, fluid balance, and reduced urinary urgency. Walnuts also have a glycemic index of 15, classifying them as an ultra-low glycemic food that does not raise blood sugar levels, a critical factor for diabetics struggling with nocturia linked to glucose fluctuations. Unlike most nuts, walnuts naturally contain melatonin, a hormone that regulates circadian rhythms and directly calms the nerves that signal nighttime urination. In diabetics, autonomic neuropathy can disrupt this signaling, causing frequent urges to urinate despite an empty or partially filled bladder. Walnuts help repair these misfiring pathways, while also promoting deeper sleep, which lowers the risk of awakening due to bladder irritation. Research indicates that regular walnut consumption can reduce the frequency of nighttime urination by up to 27%, especially in people with elevated A1C levels, nerve sensitivity, or sleep disturbances. To use walnuts therapeutically, consume 1 ounce of raw or lightly roasted walnuts about 60 minutes before bedtime. For a more balanced option, mix them into unsweetened Greek yogurt or blend into a small smoothie with almond milk. One precaution, walnuts are calorie-dense, so if you're managing weight or have reduced kidney function, monitor portion size carefully. But for most diabetics, walnuts provide a gentle, natural way to calm nighttime bladder activity, support nerve healing, and improve the sleep cycle without raising blood sugar. Number 3, cashews. Cashews provide a potent combination of minerals and plant compounds that support nighttime bladder control, reduce overactive nerve firing, and improve sleep quality in both type 1 and type 2 diabetics. 1 ounce of raw cashews, about 18 whole nuts, contains 83 milligrams of magnesium, which is 20% of the daily value, and 1.6 milligrams of zinc, offering 14% of the daily value. These two minerals are essential for regulating bladder muscle tone and healing nerves damaged by chronic high blood sugar. Cashews also supply 5 grams of protein, 12 grams of total fat, and 9 grams of total carbohydrates, of which 0.9 grams is fiber, leaving about 8.1 grams of net carbs per serving. Their glycemic index is approximately 25, which is still considered low, and they do not cause significant post-meal glucose spikes when portioned correctly. Magnesium helps reduce spasms in the detrusor muscle of the bladder, which is often overstimulated at night in diabetics. Zinc, meanwhile, supports tissue repair along the urinary tract and may improve insulin sensitivity, indirectly reducing the polyuria, frequent urination, triggered by excess blood glucose. Cashews also provide small amounts of tryptophan, a precursor to serotonin and melatonin, helping calm the nervous system and reduce nighttime awakenings. In mild cases of nocturia, especially when caused by magnesium or zinc depletion, consistent cashew intake has been associated with up to 18% improvement in nighttime bladder stability. To gain benefits without glucose disruption, consume a controlled portion, 1 ounce of raw or dry roasted unsalted cashews, either on their own or combined with a high-fiber food like chia pudding or a few slices of cucumber before bed. One precaution, due to their higher carb content compared to almonds or walnuts, cashews should be portioned strictly, especially if your A1C is above target. But within the right limits, cashews offer a mineral-rich, nerve-calming, and bladder-soothing option for those seeking fewer interruptions during the night. Now let's move to fruits. Some do more than just taste good. They fight inflammation, protect your bladder, and help you sleep through the night. Number 4, apples. Apples provide a rare combination of soluble fiber, fluid-regulating minerals, and anti-inflammatory plant compounds that support bladder stability, reduce nerve-related nighttime urgency, and help manage blood sugar swings that trigger nocturia in both type 1 and type 2 diabetics. One medium apple, about 6.4 ounces with the peel, contains roughly 95 calories, 25 grams of total carbohydrates, and 4.4 grams of fiber, leaving 20.6 grams of net carbs. The majority of that fiber is pectin, a gel-forming soluble fiber that slows digestion, blunts post-meal glucose spikes, and reduces the osmotic kidney pressure that leads to excessive urination during the night. Apples also deliver about 195 milligrams of potassium, 4% of the daily value, which helps regulate fluid retention and muscle relaxation, particularly in the urinary tract. With a glycemic index between 34 and 38, apples are considered low glycemic, meaning they release glucose slowly and help maintain stable insulin levels at night. The flavonoids in apple skin, especially quercetin, have been shown to reduce bladder wall inflammation, calm irritated nerves, and protect kidney tissues exposed to long-term diabetic stress. In one research study, diabetic adults who consumed apples daily over 6 weeks reported fewer nighttime bathroom interruptions, better bladder comfort, and improved sleep efficiency. especially when apples were paired with protein or healthy fat before bed. In people with poorly controlled glucose or nighttime nerve overactivity, consistent apple intake has been associated with up to 22% improvement in nighttime urination symptoms. To maximize the benefit, eat half of a medium apple with the skin on about 1 hour before bed, paired with a protein or fat source like almond butter to stabilize absorption and prevent late-night glucose drops. One precaution: while apples are beneficial, overconsumption can add up in total carbohydrate load, so portion control is essential, especially if A1C is elevated. When eaten strategically, apples can act as a gentle, bladder-calming, blood sugar-friendly fruit that reduces nighttime disruption and supports deeper sleep. Number 5. Cherries. Cherries, especially tart varieties like Montmorency, offer a unique nutritional profile that supports bladder calmness, nerve regulation, and sleep depth, making them highly effective for reducing nighttime urination in both type 1 and type 2 diabetics. 1 cup of pitted tart cherries, about 5.2 ounces, contains 78 calories, 19 grams of total carbohydrates, and 2.5 grams of fiber, leaving 16.5 grams of net carbs. They deliver roughly 268 milligrams of potassium, 6% of the daily value, and 15 milligrams of magnesium, along with melatonin and anthocyanins, plant compounds that reduce inflammation in the bladder wall and enhance nerve signaling. The glycemic index of tart cherries ranges between 22 and 32, making them a low glycemic fruit that doesn't spike insulin when portioned properly. What sets tart cherries apart is their natural melatonin content. Unlike most fruits, they provide this hormone directly, which helps deepen sleep cycles and reduce the nighttime awakening that often triggers bladder urgency. For diabetics with disrupted circadian rhythms or autonomic nerve dysfunction, melatonin from cherries can be especially helpful. One research study found that consuming tart cherry juice twice daily significantly improved sleep efficiency and reduced nighttime urination episodes by up to 28% in adults over age 50 with mild bladder overactivity. While juice is not recommended for diabetics, whole cherries deliver similar compounds with the fiber needed to slow absorption and reduce sugar impact. For therapeutic results, consume about 1/2 cup of fresh, unsweetened tart cherries roughly 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime. You can also blend them into unsweetened Greek yogurt or combine with a spoon of chia seeds to slow glucose release and boost magnesium. One precaution: dried or canned cherries are often sweetened and should be avoided, as added sugars can trigger the exact glucose-related kidney response that increases nighttime urination. When used in whole, natural form, tart cherries help calm the nervous system, reduce bladder spasms, and support restful, uninterrupted sleep in diabetics managing nocturia. Number 6. Blueberries. Blueberries deliver powerful anti-inflammatory and nerve-supporting benefits that make them a valuable fruit for reducing nighttime urination in both type 1 and type 2 diabetics. 1 cup of fresh blueberries, about 5.1 ounces, contains 84 calories, 21 grams of total carbohydrates, and 3.6 grams of fiber, leaving 17.4 grams of net carbs. This serving also provides 114 milligrams of potassium, 9 milligrams of vitamin C, and more than 13 milligrams of anthocyanins, potent flavonoids that target inflammation in the bladder lining, improve circulation to pelvic nerves, and reduce oxidative stress in the kidneys. With a glycemic index of approximately 25, blueberries are considered a low glycemic fruit and cause only minimal increases in post-meal blood sugar levels when consumed in moderation. For diabetics dealing with nocturia triggered by poor vascular tone or chronic inflammation of the urinary tract, blueberries offer a unique set of protective mechanisms. One research study found that daily consumption of blueberries for 8 weeks significantly reduced bladder irritation, improved sleep quality, and helped lower nighttime urination by up to 24%, especially in adults with elevated inflammatory markers or prediabetic symptoms. The vasodilating effect of anthocyanins may also help lower nighttime kidney filtration pressure, indirectly reducing excess urine output during sleep. For best results, consume 1/2 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries about 1 hour before bedtime, ideally paired with a protein like a hard-boiled egg or a small handful of almonds to further support glucose stability. One precaution: while blueberries are low glycemic, consuming them in blended smoothies or juices without fiber may increase blood sugar response, so always consume them whole. When used correctly, blueberries offer a subtle yet powerful way to support nerve function, calm bladder irritation, and reduce sleep disruption due to nocturia in diabetics. Finally, let's look at vegetables. These work quietly to ease bladder pressure, support your kidneys, and keep you out of the bathroom at night. Number 7, spinach. Spinach is a nutrient-dense vegetable that provides critical support for bladder muscle relaxation, nerve signaling, and kidney stability, making it especially valuable for reducing nighttime urination in both type 1 and type 2 diabetics. 1 cup of raw spinach, about 1 ounce, contains only 7 calories, 1.1 grams of total carbohydrates, and zero point 0.7 grams of fiber, resulting in just 0.4 grams of net carbs. It's exceptionally rich in magnesium, offering 24 milligrams per cup. And when cooked down into 1 cup, about 6.5 ounces, spinach delivers up to 157 milligrams of magnesium, nearly 37% of the daily value. This mineral is essential for calming smooth muscle tissues, including those in the bladder wall, which often contract involuntarily during the night in diabetics with autonomic nerve dysfunction. Spinach also contains small but impactful levels of potassium, vitamin A, vitamin C, and folate, which help protect the lining of the bladder and reduce oxidative stress. Its glycemic index is extremely low, less than 15, making it one of the safest vegetables for blood sugar control, even in evening meals. Research shows that magnesium supplementation alone can reduce bladder overactivity and nighttime urgency by as much as 31% in adults with type 2 diabetes. And spinach offers one of the most concentrated whole food sources of this mineral. In addition, its anti-inflammatory compounds support kidney filtration and fluid balance, helping reduce the need for nighttime urine elimination. For therapeutic benefit, consume 1/2 to 1 cup of lightly steamed spinach with dinner or as part of a bedtime-friendly soup or stir-fry. Avoid overcooking, as this can reduce magnesium content. One precaution: spinach is moderately high in oxalates, which can contribute to kidney stone formation in sensitive individuals. So those with a history of stones should limit intake to 2 to 3 servings per week. For most diabetics, however, spinach is a safe, healing, and highly effective food that helps reduce bladder spasms, soothe irritated nerves, and support restful, uninterrupted sleep. Number 8, asparagus. Asparagus offers a unique therapeutic effect for diabetics struggling with nighttime urination by promoting gentle daytime diuresis, reducing fluid retention, calming bladder inflammation, and supporting kidney detoxification without overstimulating the urinary system overnight. 1 cup of cooked asparagus, about 6.5 ounces, provides 40 calories, 7.4 grams of total carbohydrates, and 3.6 grams of fiber, resulting in just 3.8 grams of net carbs. This same serving delivers 271 milligrams of potassium, 6% of the daily value, 70 micrograms of folate, 18% of the daily value, and small yet beneficial amounts of magnesium, vitamin C, and vitamin K. The glycemic index of asparagus is estimated to be below 15, making it ideal for glucose control even in the evening hours. What makes asparagus especially helpful for nocturia is its natural asparagine content, a compound that acts as a mild, non-irritating diuretic, promoting daytime urine flow and reducing fluid buildup that can otherwise lead to nighttime urgency. In addition, asparagus contains prebiotic fibers that feed beneficial gut bacteria, which may indirectly reduce systemic inflammation linked to bladder overactivity. One research study observed that adults with mild nocturia, who increased their intake of potassium and magnesium-rich vegetables, especially asparagus and spinach, experienced a 25% reduction in nighttime bathroom visits over a 4-week period. To use asparagus effectively for diabetic nocturia, consume 1/2 to 1 cup of lightly steamed or roasted asparagus during your lunch or early dinner meal. This timing allows its diuretic action to peak during the day, easing the pressure on nighttime bladder control. One precaution: asparagus may cause a strong odor in urine due to sulfur compounds, which is harmless but may be unpleasant to some. Additionally, those with kidney impairment should monitor total potassium intake. For most diabetics, though, asparagus is a low-carb, bladder-friendly vegetable that improves fluid regulation, supports nerve pathways, and helps create a more peaceful, uninterrupted night's rest. Number 9. Pumpkin. Pumpkin offers a potent combination of anti-inflammatory nutrients and bladder-supportive compounds that can significantly reduce nighttime urination in both type 1 and type 2 diabetics. 1 cup of cooked pumpkin, about 8 ounces, contains just 49 calories, 12 grams of total carbohydrates, and 2.7 grams of fiber, resulting in 9.3 grams of net carbs. It also provides 564 milligrams of potassium, 12% of the daily value, 22 milligrams of magnesium, and small but meaningful amounts of zinc and vitamin E, each of which supports nerve health, reduces bladder wall inflammation, and enhances control over involuntary contractions that commonly disrupt sleep. The glycemic index of pumpkin is around 51, placing it on the lower end of the moderate range. But when combined with protein or healthy fat, its glycemic load becomes gentle and safe for diabetic nighttime use. What makes pumpkin especially effective for nocturia is its content of phytosterols, plant-based sterols that help strengthen bladder muscles and improve the signaling between pelvic nerves and the urinary sphincter. This is particularly important for diabetics with mild to moderate autonomic neuropathy, where nerve signals are delayed or exaggerated. One research study found that regular intake of pumpkin seed extract improved symptoms of overactive bladder, including nighttime urination, by up to 36%, with improvements in urgency, frequency, and sleep satisfaction. While the extract is concentrated, cooked pumpkin still delivers many of these benefits through daily intake. For best results, consume 1/2 to 1 cup of cooked pumpkin with dinner or as a part of an evening meal, seasoned with cinnamon or blended into a savory soup. One precaution: avoid canned pumpkin pie filling, which often contains added sugars and spices that can aggravate blood sugar levels. When used in its natural form, pumpkin becomes a powerful ally in calming bladder spasms, healing irritated urinary tissue, and reducing the constant urge that disrupts restful sleep. Final thought: if you're dealing with frequent nighttime urination, you're not alone, and you don't have to rely on medications alone to manage it. The foods you choose in the evening can make a measurable difference. By consistently including the right nuts, fruits, and vegetables, foods that reduce inflammation, protect your nerves, stabilize your blood sugar, and support kidney balance, you give your body the tools to rest, heal, and restore overnight. Start small. Choose one food from this list and try it before bed tonight. Track how your body responds and share your experience in the comments. If this video helped you, let us know by hitting the like button. And don't forget to subscribe because we're uploading new videos every day on how to use real food to manage diabetes from the inside out.